Hello students, now we'll discuss paper 2 2019 O-level examination. So it says 32E2 English paper number 2, paper 2, and here also you get 2 parts. Read the instructions. It says additional reading time is given 10 minutes. So what you do during that time, 10 minutes? You can select 5 questions from part A and 5 questions from part B, from 6 questions each in both parts. So you can select what are the easiest ones. So read the questions and put a tick and select what are the questions you are planning to do. That's during the additional reading time, and it says 3 hours. So each question for this paper you can spend 18 minutes, and it says answer 10 questions, selecting 5 questions from each part. Write the relevant steps and correct units and answering the questions. Each question carries 10 marks, and it's given the volume of sphere is given 4/3 pi r cube. So now we'll do part A. So take first and second question. First you do it and then check my answers. Question number 1. You get 2 parts. So the following notice have been published by Bank A and Company B. Bank A says an interest 9% per annum is paid for fixed deposits, and Company B, price of a share is 25 rupees and dividends of 150 rupees per share is paid annually. So Kamal deposited exactly half the amount of 100,000 rupees he had in a fixed deposit in Bank A and spent the remaining amount in buying shares in Company B. At the end of a year, he obtains the dividends from Company B and sell all the shares at 26 rupees per share. Show giving reasons from which investment he receives a greater income at the end of a year, and then express the total income he receives at the end of a year as a year percentage of the total amount invested. So we'll try to do the first part. Kamal deposits exactly half. So here half means 50,000 and 50,000 in Bank A and Company B. So first we can find out the interest from Bank A. Interest from Bank A. 9% annual and 50,000. So 50,000 into 9%. 2 zeros and you get 4,500 rupees from Bank A. Then what about Bank B? So you are spending half of the other amount in Company B. At the end of year, he obtains the dividends from Company B and sells all the shares at 26 rupees per share. Show giving reasons from which investment he receives a greater income. So we need to find out the income from Company B. So price of a share is 25 rupees. So first we can find out number of shares in B. Number of shares in Company B. So 50,000 rupees he spent and each share is 25 rupees. 2,000 shares. So what's the income from dividends? Then we can calculate income from dividends. 2,000 shares, each 1 rupee and 50 cents. 2,000 into 1.5, I can write 3/2. It's easy to simplify 1.5, I can write 3/2. 2 times here 1,000, so 3,000 from dividends. Then we can find out the capital gain, because he is selling all the shares, one share 26 rupees. He bought for 25 rupees and selling for 26. So we can find out the capital gain. So we'll next find out capital gain. So what's the difference? 26 and 25. So gain is 26 minus 25. That means 1 rupee gain from a share, and then multiplied by how many shares? 2,000 shares. So that's 2,000 rupees. So altogether, what's the income from company B? Income from company B. This is 2,000 before 3,000, altogether 2,000 plus 3,000. You get 5,000 rupees. Now, from bank A, you only get 4,500. From company B, 5,000. So, which one you get more? From which one? Company B. So, you can write 5,000 is greater than 4,500. Therefore, we can answer the first part. Greater income from company B. Greater income from company B. So that's the first part. Then what's the next part? Express the total income he receives at the end of a year as a year percentage of the total income invested from both. So part 2, total income. $5,000 from company B and 4,500 from bank A. So 9,500 rupees. And you need to find out as a percentage. So as a percentage, 9,500 you are getting from investing 100,000 rupees. So as a percentage, you multiply by 100. 2 zeros get cancelled out, 2 zeros again. 95 divided by 10, that's 9.5%. So that's the second part. Now we'll see how you get marks. So I'm looking at the marking scheme because you need to know how you get marks for each step. So when you look at the first part, so you get, when you look at the marking scheme, you get 2 marks for first step. Here, 1 mark here, 1 mark. So that's the interest from bank A. And you get another 1 mark to find out how many shares are there. Then 1 mark for income from dividends, and then capital gain, 1 mark, and total income from company B, 1 mark, and you have to write down the reason. As 5,000 is greater than this, greater income from company B, that's 1 mark. So altogether 7 now. And second part, you are getting 3 marks. 1 mark for calculating 9,500, that's the total income. As a percentage, 1 mark, and final answer 1 mark. So altogether for the first part and 3 for the second part, altogether 10 marks for this question. Now take question number 2. An incomplete table showing the y values corresponding to several x values of the quadratic function y equals x squared minus 2x within the interval -2 to 4, both are included, is given below. Find the value of y when x equals 3. So you can easily do the first part, substitute x equals 3 and find out the y value. So 3 squared minus 2 times 3, 9 minus 6, that's 3. So you get 3 here. Using the standard system of axes and a suitable scale, draw the graph of the given quadratic function on a graph paper according to the above table of values. So you have to ask for a graph paper here. So ask for a graph paper and write your index number there before you start to draw the graph, because you have to attach that graph paper with your answer script. So you have to select a scale. So we'll take -2 to 4 is there. So -2, we'll start -2 here, then -1, 0. So this can be the y-axis. So we can first draw the y-axis here. Then you can label. What's the maximum y? 8. So first we can draw, start from 8 here. 10 squares will take 1 unit. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2. Y value is -1 only. So that's enough. Now you can draw the x-axis. Here. Here -2 to +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's a scale. So what's the scale be used? This way, I'll write down here, this way 0.1 and this way 0.1, because 10 squares 1 unit, 1 over 10, 0.1. So you get 1 mark for this. And now we'll mark the points. -2, 8. So -2, 8, this point. -1, 3. 0, 0. 1, -1. 2, 0. 3, 3. So you can mark 3, 3 here. And 4, 8. 4 with 8. So you get 1 mark for marking the points. And the next one, you can connect it smoothly. So I'll take black color, another different color. But you have to use your pencil, HB pencil, to draw the graph. So I can take the ruler only for these 2 points. not for the other point. So here, and then smoothly connect the other points. From here, I can drop to here, smoothly connect from here to here again. So you can start from here and connect smoothly like this. So this is the graph. So how many marks for each step? So you get 3 marks for this graph. Now we'll try to answer the questions. Write the coordinates of the turning point of the graph. So what's the turning point? Look at the graph. This is the turning point. So just write down the coordinates. That's 3. -1 is y value 1. So 1 comma -1. That's the turning point. And fourth one, express the given quadratic function in the form of x minus a whole thing squared plus b. Here a and b are 2 numbers. So completing square method, how you write down? If you know the turning point or vertex, you can straight away write down the equation. Y equals x is 1. So that means x minus square term comes here. X equals 1. Then the minimum value is -1. So -1. So this is a minimum value. So you are not putting any minus sign there. So x squared comes. So that's the equation. So a equals 1, b equals -1. And last part, write the interval of values of x on which the function increases within the interval -1 to 3. So look at carefully. Y -1 to 3, increasing only. So you have to select this part, -1 to 3, up to this point. So what's the x value there? -1 means 1 is the x value, 1 is the minimum, and when y equals 3, x equals 3. And here this -1 is not included, that means we don't include it here, but this part includes. So x is in between 1 and 3, and 3 is included. If you are writing in words, you can write x is greater than 1 and less than or equal to 3. So you can write in words or write this inequality. So that's all for this part. Now we'll give marks for this question. So you get 1 mark for finding this value. And for the graph, 3 marks. 1 mark for the scale, 1 mark for the points, and 1 mark for smoothly connecting the points. So 3 marks there. And the coordinates 1 and -1, 2 marks. For each coordinate 1 mark. So 2 marks there. And for writing down this equation, you get 2 marks. 1 mark for this coordinate and 1 mark. So 2 marks there. And 1 is 1 and 3. X is in between this. So you get 2 marks. So that's how you get marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Altogether 10 marks. Now you can try question 3, 4, 5. We'll take question number 3. Part A. There are 5 boys and 4 girls in a group of dancers. In a certain performance, all the boys wore costumes of the same price and all the girls too wore costumes of the same price. The price of 2 boys' costumes was 1000 rupees. more than the price of 3 girls' costumes. The cost of the costumes of all the children in the group was 14,000 rupees. Take the price of boys' costume as X rupees. So boys, that's the most important part in this when you construct equations. Which one is X? The price of boys' costume as X and the price of girls' costumes as Y. Construct a pair of simultaneous equations that represent the above information, and by solving these equations, find separately the price of boys' costume and the price of girls' costume. So now we can construct the two equations. Now read it carefully. There are 5 boys and 4 girls. In a certain performance, all the boys wore costumes in the same price. All the girls too wore costumes of the same price. The price of 2 boys' costumes was 1,000 rupees more than the price of 3 girls. This one plus 1,000 extra. And another one, it says the cost of the costumes of all the children in the group was 14,000. So altogether 14,000 here. Now we'll try to construct two equations. So 5 boys are there, each X rupees. So 5X plus 4 girls, each Y rupees, 4Y. The total is 14,000. That's the first equation. And what's the second equation? When you take the difference, that's 1,000. So here 2 costumes, that's 2X. 3 costumes, so minus 3Y. The difference is 1,000 rupees. That's your second equation. Now that's the first part. Now we'll try to solve. How you solve? You have to make the coefficients equal. You can either make X coefficients equal or Y. So we'll take Y. Take the first one and multiply by 3. Second one multiply by 4. 3 times 5, 15, 12, 42,000. That's third one. Multiply second by 4, 8x, 12y, 4,000. That's fourth one. Now we see same coefficient of y, but plus and minus, different signs. You add the two equations. 3 plus 4. 23x is equal to 46,000. So what is x? 46,000 rupees. Divide by 23. That's 2,000. That's x. How you find out y? You can take one of the equations. So we'll take 2. You can substitute. So how you find out? 2x. 2 times 2, 4,000 minus 3y equals 1,000. Now take 3y to this side, that becomes plus 3y is 4,000 minus 1,000. That's 3,000. So what's y? Y becomes 1,000. So you can write down the price of, price of boys' costume is we took as x. That's 2,000 rupees. And price of girls' costume, that's y, that's 1,000 rupees. Now we'll see how you get marks for each step. So here, so when you look at the marking scheme, you get 1 mark for first equation, this one, 1 mark here for this equation, and 2 marks, just 1 mark for this, for 2 equations, 1 each. Then multiply by 4 and finding the coefficients just up to this point. All these steps you get 2 marks. 1 mark for the method and 1 mark for finding x value. And then for y value another 2. And finally writing down price of boys costume and price of girls costume here, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for part A. Now we'll look at part B. Part B, just algebraic fractions, simplify. 5x over x squared minus 1 and x plus 1. What are the factors of x squared minus 1? Difference between two squared terms, you can write x plus 1 and x minus 1. And here x plus 1 there. So what's the lowest common multiple? X plus 1 and x minus 1. So here already there, so you don't need to multiply, this is 5x. But here x plus 1 is there, so you have to multiply this by x minus 1. Expand brackets, minus 4x minus minus, you get plus 4 here. X plus 1, x minus 1. So 5x minus 4x, that's x plus 4 over x plus 1, x minus 1. So you can write this one x squared minus 1 as well. But you get full marks for writing x plus 1, x minus 1. Now how you get marks for this step? So you get, according to the marking scheme, finding up to this point, lowest common multiple, everything, 2 marks. And then simplify and get this answer, 1 mark. So 3 marks for this step. Previous part 7 marks, altogether 10 marks. Now take a look at question number 4. A lamina consisting of a semicircle A of radius x units and a sector B with angle at the center 60 degrees, which is concentric with the semicircle, is shown in the figure. So same center. So that means same center for both. The area of A and the area of B are equal. So it says area of this part and area of this part is both the same. So this whole area and this whole area is the same. And it says show that x satisfies the quadratic equation x squared minus 4x minus 8 equals 0, and show with reasons that x can take exactly one value. By using 1.73 for the value of root 3, find an approximate value for the radius of the sector B to the first decimal place. So full question. So first you can find out the area of A. Area A. That's a semicircle. Half pi r squared. Pi is 22 over 7 r squared. What's the radius here? x is the radius, so this is the center. Half pi r squared, x into x. 2 and this 11, so 11 x squared over 7. Then area of B, that's a sector. Angle is 60, 60 over 360, pi r squared. Pi is 22 over 7 r. Now what's the r value here? This is x and this is 4, x plus 4. X plus 4 squared, because pi r squared. Here you get 6 here, then divide by 2, you get 3 here. So here you get 11 over 21, 7 times 3, x plus 1, x plus 4 squared. Now we know area of A is equal to area of B. Just equate. 11 over 7x squared is equal to 11 over 21 x plus 4 squared. Now you can divide both sides by 11. This get cancelled out. Multiply by 7. 7 times 1, 7 times 3. Now cross multiply. So you get 3x squared is x plus 4 squared. First term squared, double of the second, and the first term and square of the second term, that's 16. If you can't do that, you can do separately, x plus 4, x plus 4. Foil. Using that method, you can expand and write down. Now take all terms to one side, I'll take all terms to this side. 3x squared minus x squared, that's 2x squared, minus 8x minus 16 is equal to 0. Divide by 2, x squared minus 4x minus 8 equals 0. So we got the equation. And then show with reasons that x can take exactly one value. Now we'll try to find out the answer. You can't factorize, so we'll use completing square method to find the solution. So here, even number in the middle term, so you can use completing square method. Divide by 2. 4 divided by 2, 2, square it, plus 4. That's how you find out the number you need to add. So you are adding 4. Minus 8, when you take it to the other side, 8. In order to get no difference, you have to add 4. So this is square root of x squared is x, square root of 4 is 2, and this sign is negative. So x minus 2 squared is equal to 8 plus 4, 12. Then when you take both sides, square root, 12 square root, but we have to put plus or minus root 12. So what's root 12? You can write 12 as 4 times 3. So root 12 means root 4 and root 3. So root 4, we know that's 2 root 3. You can write like that. So here you get plus or minus 2 root 3 is x minus 2. So what are the values? X can be 2 plus 2 root 3, or x can be 2 minus 2 root 3. But we know x is a length. Can you get a negative answer? You can't get a negative answer. So this is less than 0, not possible. Negative value not possible. So you get only one solution. That's so x becomes 2 plus 2 root 3, only one solution, because x cannot be negative, so it's not possible. So only positive answer. So that's how you show that you get only one possible solution. So what's the next step? It says take root 3 as 1.73. Find an approximate value for the radius of the sector B to the first decimal place. 1.73. So we'll substitute 1.73. So 2 plus 2 times 1.73. 2 times 3 6, 2 times 7 14, and 2 times 1 2 plus 1 3. So when you add it 5.46, but you need the value of the radius of the sector B, that's x plus 4. So radius of sector B, x plus 4, x is 5.46 and B and 4, and add 4, you get 9.46. This is correct to one decimal place, 9.5 centimeters. Check whether this is centimeters. Not given. This is not given centimeters, so you can put units. Not centimeters, units. So that's the final answer. Now we'll see how you get marks. So you get finding area of the semicircle, 1 mark. Finding area of this B, 1 mark. And then equating, you get 1 mark. And showing this equation, x squared minus 4x, everything 1 mark. Then using completing square method, this one 1 mark. And you get 2 solutions here, 1 mark, plus or minus 1 mark, and writing down separately, you get 1 mark. And not possible, writing this is negative and not possible, 1 mark. And here you get 5.46, 1 mark. And find the radius of the sector B, 9.5, that's 1 mark. So check how many marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 marks for the whole question. Now you can try question number 5. So you get 3 parts there. So we'll do separately each part. A man standing at point A of a level ground observes a mango tree at point C, a distance of 100 meters away from him on a bearing of 127. So how we mark 127? Bearing. So this is north, 127 degrees. Bearing distance of 100 meters away from him on a bearing. So 100 meters here. He also observed a coconut tree at point B, which is to the south of point A, straight away south, and to the west of point C. So this is 90 degrees. A rough sketch of the location of the points A, B and C are given in the figure. Copy the given figure onto your answer script and indicate the above information in it. So here you can mark this. So you get 2 marks for that. So we'll see the marking scheme. Marking 90 degrees here, 1 mark. And marking either 127 or 100 meters, 1 mark. So 2 marks for marking these two. We'll take the next one. Using the trigonometric tables, find the distance AB between the man and the coconut tree to the nearest meter. So we know this is 100 meters and this is 127 degrees and this is 90 degrees. So what is AB? Now we know this is 127. So what is this angle? This angle 180 minus 127. 53. So this angle is 53 degrees. So we know to this angle this is adjacent and this is hypotenuse. So it's better to take this angle because we can easily refer sine tables rather than cos. So when you are referring cos, you have to go from here. So I'll take this angle 90 minus 53. 37. Now you can use to this angle AB is opposite and 100 is hypotenuse. So sine ratio. So katoa sine 37 is AB over 100. So what's AB? AB equals 100 times sine 37. So sine 37 degrees. So this is sine table. When you are looking at the values, you have to select the correct table. So select sine table 37. 37 is 60, 18. 60, 18 multiplied by 100. Move the decimal place 2 places to the right. 60.18. This is in meters and you are asked to find out the nearest meter. To the nearest meter, that's 60 meters. That's finding AB. Now we'll see how many marks you get for this step. So for the correct ratio and finding the value, so altogether 4 marks. So 1 mark for the step, here correct ratio, finding the value of sine 1 mark, and here 1 mark for the final answer, 1 mark. So that's 4 marks for this part. Now we'll take the next one. Third part. On the copied figure, mark the point D, which is exactly halfway between the man and the coconut tree. So this is the coconut tree. So D is halfway. That means the two lengths are equal here. And the point E, which is 118 meters to the west of the coconut tree at point B. So here to the west means this way. So we can extend the line and mark E 118 meters away from B. Using the approximate value obtained in part 2. So, we found AB is 60. If AB is 60, what is this length? Half of that, 30 meters. Use trigonometric tables, find magnitude of BDE. BDE. So, that means we need to find out this angle. We know this length and this length. So, what's the correct ratio? Suitable ratio, opposite and adjacent. Tan. Tan of BDE is equal to 118 over 30. So, divide 30 times what? So, 30 times 5, it's too big. 3, that's 19. So, 118 divided by 30. It's 3. You get 90. Subtract 28. So, 289. So, 3.9, that's 270. So, you get 10. For 100 again 3, 90 and 10. For 100 again 3. So, 9333 like that. So, 3.9333. Now, we will refer inverse. So, BDE is tan inverse. That's how we write tan inverse of 3.9333. Now, here we need to find out inverse, tan inverse of 3.9333. So, refer the table, tan table. So, you get this one. So, this is 3 decimal places given. So, we will see how many more. 933. It says 914. 9. So, here you need 19 more. So, that's 4. 75, 44. So, 75 degrees and 44 minutes. So, that's the required angle. And now, we will see how you get marks. According to the marking scheme, marking D and E, you get 1 mark. And finding this correct ratio, 1 mark. And tan inverse, 1 mark, and 75, 45, 1 mark. So, altogether 4 marks. So, we will see whether it's correct. 4 and here 4, 8 and 2, 10. So, you got 10 marks altogether for this question. Now, you can try question number 6 from part A and part B, again 7 and 8. So, from part B also you have to select only 5 questions. Now, we will do question number 6. So, you get 3 parts. So, we will do step by step. This is about statistics question. Information collected on the masses of sample of 40 bags of items that were brought to be loaded in a lorry is given in the following frequency table. Here 0 to 1 denotes the mass interval greater than and less than or equal to 10. Greater than 0 and less than or equal to 10. And other intervals denote similarly. So, here that means 10 is included, upper boundary is included and the lower boundary is not included. find the mean mass of a bag of items according to the given information. So how we find out mean mass? So we can first construct a table. So masses, you can write 0 to 10. Here you have given boundaries. There are no gaps in between. 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and all widths are equal. 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70. And you can calculate the total here. And what you need? The mid value. Mid value I can take as x. And then divide by 2. 10 divided by 2, 5. 30 divided by 2, 15. So it's adding 10. 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. And then frequency given 2, 5, 7, 9, 8, 6, 3. So either you can take assumed mean or just you can do straight away. So how you find out the mean? You need fx multiplication. 5 times 2, 10. 15 times 5, 75. 7 times 25, 175. 35 times 9, 315. Again 9 times 5, 45. 4 remaining. 9 times 3, 27. And 4, 31. 45 times 8, 8 times 5, 40. And 8 times 4, 32 plus 4, 36. 6 times 55, 330. And 65 times 3, 195. So what's the total of fx? 5, 10, 15, 20. 2 remaining. 3, 10, 17, 18, and 20, 24, 27. And 27 plus 9, 36. 3 remaining. 4, 7, 10, 13, 14. 1460. Now we can find out the mean mass. So mean is equal to total of fx over total of frequency. Altogether 40 bags. 1460 divided by 40 because the total of frequency is 40. So here 0, 0 get cancelled out. 4 times 3, 12 for 26. 4 times 6, 24, and for 20 that's 5. So 36.5, this is about mass in kilograms. So mean mass is 36.5 kilograms. Now we'll see how you get marks for this question, this part. According to the marking scheme, it says finding the mid value is 1 mark and fx column 2 marks and the total of fx 1 mark and finding the division 1 mark here and 1 mark for the answer. So altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 marks for this part. Now we'll do the next part. If the above sample has been obtained from a stock of 200 bags of items, estimate the total mass of the stock of bag of items. So total mass 200 bags each 36, mean is 36.5. So you multiply by 200, put 2 zeros and multiply by 2. 2 times 5, 10, 1 remaining. 2 times 6, 12 plus 1, 13, 1 remaining. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7 and 1 decimal place. 7,300 kilograms. And the last part, if it is given that the maximum mass that can be loaded into the lorry is 1,500 kilograms, give reasons to show that there can be instances when the above 40 bags of items cannot be loaded into the lorry. Now, we calculate the mean by taking the mid value. So, we assume all are equally distributed and we took the mean. But sometimes the value can be the maximum boundary value. So, if it's maximum, what's the total mass? So, you can find out the total mass if it's maximum. So, we'll write maximum. Total mass is, this can be 10, 10 times 2. This can be 20 times 5. And here this is 30 times 7 and 40 times 9, because these are included. 50 times 8 and 60 times 6 and 70 times 3. So 20, 100, 210, 360, 400, 360 and 210. What's the maximum value? 0, 2, 3, 9, 15, 16, 1 remaining. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 14, 16. So, this is 1,660 kilograms. So, this is more than 1,500 kilograms. So, that means there can be instances when the above 40 bags of items cannot be loaded into the lorry. So, there can be instances when the mass exceed 1,500 kilograms, because that's the boundary value, maximum weight. But it's here exceeds when you take upper boundary. So, we can see that there can be instances. Now, how you get marks? So, according to the marking scheme, earlier for the previous part, 7,300 kilos, that's 2 marks. And here only 2 marks. So, calculating this value, 1 mark, and showing that this is greater than this and giving reason, 1 mark. So, 4 and we gave 6 marks here. So, altogether 10 marks for this whole question. Now, we will look at question number 7. Sunitha, who hopes to participate in a sports event, trains by jogging daily. She spends 105 minutes in the first week and 119 minutes in the second week for this. The time she spends training each week when taken consecutively lie an arithmetic progression. So, you get 4 parts from this question. So we'll do step by step. So the first part, find the common difference of this arithmetic progression. So what are the terms? 105 first week, then 119. So how you find out the common difference? Take the difference between any term minus the previous. 14 is the common difference. And then find in minutes the time she spends training in the 7th week, T7. What's T7? This is an arithmetic progression, A plus 6D in minus 1, 7 minus 1D. A is the first term, that's 105, and the common difference is 14. 105, and this is 84. So you get 981. So this is in minutes. So we'll see the marking scheme. You get 1 mark for finding the common difference and 2 marks. 1 mark for this and 1 mark for the final answer, 189 minutes. Now we'll do next part. So third part. In which week does the time she spends training during a week first exceed 221 minutes? So that means we have to find out n, which term. So Tn is A plus n minus 1D. But it exceeds 221. So that means A is 105 plus n minus 1. D is 14. Exceed, we can use greater than 221 minutes. Now you can subtract this amount, n minus 1 into 14. 221 minus 105, you get 16. You get 116. Now we can divide by 14 and see. 116 divided by 14. So how many 14s? We'll take 8. 8 times 4, 32. 8 times 1, 8. And 11. So this is 4 remaining. So you can write n minus 1 is greater than 8 and 4 over 17. When you simplify, that's 2 over 7. So what is n? N is greater than, add 1. So that means 9 and 2, 7. 2 over 7. So n is the term number. How many weeks? So it cannot be negative. So what's the closest value? N should be higher than 927. So what's the next number? 10. So that means 10th week it exceeds 221 minutes. So that's the answer for this. So we'll see how many marks you are getting for this step. According to marking scheme, 1 mark for writing this step and 1 mark for finding solution. N is greater than 927 and writing down 10th week, 1 mark. So altogether 3 marks for this step. Now look at the last part of the question. Find the total time she spends jogging during the first 10 weeks of training. So that means total. S 10. Total number of time. So what's the formula? N over 2. So that's 10 over 2. 2A. What's A value? 105. Plus N minus 1. 10 minus 1, 9. D is 14. This is 5. 2 times 105, 210. 9 times 4, 36 and 3 remaining. 9 times 1, 9 plus 3, 12. 5 times 6, 3, 3. 1680. So this is the total time she spends jogging during the first 10 weeks. So this is in minutes. You can convert to hours as well, because you need that for the next step. So we'll convert to hours, divide by 60. 0, 0 get cancelled out. 6 times 2, 12, 48, that's 8. 28 hours. Now we'll try to do the second part, that's B. We'll do the second part, that's B. If the average speed at which she jogs is 6 kilometers per hour, find the total distance she jogs during that time. So 1 hour, 6 kilometers, that's the speed. So 28 hours, you multiply by 28. 6 times 8, 48, and 6 times 2, 12 plus 4, 16. So 168 kilometers is the total distance. So we'll see how many marks you are getting for these two steps. According to the marking scheme, 1680. So you get only 2 marks. Applying to the sum formula and finding answer, that's just 2 marks, and distance 168 kilometers, 2 marks. So 2 and 2, 4. And previous parts, 4 and this part 3, 7. And this one 3, 10 marks altogether. Question number 8. So you can use straight edge, that's the ruler and the pair of compasses for the following constructions. So you get 5 parts for the construction. So we'll do step by step. Construct a straight line segment AC of length 6 and construct the line AB such that CAB is 60 degrees. Now we can first draw a line segment and you can mark one point as A. Now take the ruler and the compass. So you need to measure 6 centimeter length. So from this one you can measure 6 centimeter length and mark the other point here, AC. So this is C, 6 centimeters. The line AB such that CAB is 60 degrees. So here you need 60 degree angle to A. So take any length you like, small length. You can draw an arc here, an arc in the middle and again keep the compass here and draw the other arc so that you get the intersecting point. Now we can connect this point and this, you get 60-degree angle. That's A angle is 60. Then it says that's AB. So B somewhere here. We don't know exactly the length. Construct the angle bisector of CAB. Now we need to construct the bisector. Again take the compass. You can bisect this angle. So we have already this point. So we'll take that point and draw an arc in the middle and another arc. Now here you have to keep it here and draw the other arc so that you get the intersecting point. Now you can connect the angle bisector with this point. That's the angle bisector of CAB. Construct the circle that has its center O on the above constructed angle bisector and touches AC at C. So that means we have to draw the perpendicular to C. Then only we know that touches, because the radius and this one is 90-degree angle. So we can use that property. So we take the compass, draw a perpendicular to C. Take any distance, draw an arc here, arc to the other side, and you can draw the arc below or above, any place. So you now take any length you like. Keep here and draw this arc and draw another arc by keeping the compass on this point. Now we can connect this point and this one, that's the perpendicular from C. Then we know the center is here, O. The radius becomes this length, OC length. Now you can take OC length as the radius. And see, it touches at AC. So we can draw the circle. It touches AB line as well as AC. Produce the line AO such that it meets the circle at D. So this point is D. So that's the first few steps. So what you do next time? So we'll do the next few parts with this diagram. Next part, construct the tangent to the circle at D and mark the point of intersection of this tangent and AC produced as P. So we have to draw the tangent line. So what's the rule? We know when you connect with the center, that's perpendicular to the tangent line. So basically you have to draw a perpendicular at this point D. So you take any distance, draw an arc here and on the other side, and take another distance, keep on top of this point draw an arc here, and here keep on top of this point and draw the other arc so that you get the intersecting point. Now you can take the ruler, can extend this point and this point. That's the tangent drawn. We need up to here because intersecting point of AC with that tangent is P. Now you can extend this line. So this point is P. So that's the tangent drawn. Give reasons why DPC, this angle is equal to AOC angle, this angle. Now look at carefully. What can you say about ODPC? ODPC. This is another tangent to the circle because we drew the perpendicular line. Radius and tangents perpendicular to each other. So this is 90 degrees. And also we drew a tangent from point D. This is 90 degrees. So we see when you take ODPC quadrilateral, this angle is 90, OCP angle and ODP, 90 each. When you add those two, what happens? OCP angle plus ODP angle is 90 plus 90, 180 degrees. So if the opposite angles add up to 180, we can say ODPC is a cyclic quadrilateral. If it's cyclic quadrilateral, this and this, what can you say? This is the exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to the opposite interior angle. So we can say DPC is equal to AOC. What's the reason? Exterior angle of a cyclic quadrilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. So because of that, it's equal. Now we'll see how you get marks for the whole question. So we'll take the first part. So here you get a straight line segment 1 mark. That's AC line segment 1 mark with 6 centimeter length and 60 degree length 1 mark. That's first part. And angle bisector 1 mark. 2 marks for that. So 2 marks for angle bisector. And obtaining the center. Obtaining the center means drawing a perpendicular to C, that's 1 mark. And constructing the circle, 1 mark. And obtaining the D point, 1 mark. So that's this part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the next page, we did constructing the tangent at D. That's 1 mark for this step. And the proof showing that these two angles are 90 degrees, 1 mark, and another 1 mark for writing down the reason. So 2 marks for part 5. So 2 and this is 3, and earlier we gave 7 marks. So altogether 10 marks for this question. Now you can do question number 9, 10, 11, 12. Question number 9. In the given figure, ABC is a triangle. X and Y are 2 points on AB, such that AX is equal to BY. Moreover, P is a point on AC, such that XP is parallel to BC, and Q is a point on BC such that YQ is parallel to AC. Copy the given figure onto your answer script and indicate the above information in it. So we'll do that here. So we can mark all these information. AX equals BY. This is YQ is parallel to this one, as well as XP is parallel to this one. So this is the information given. And first part, show that AXP triangle is congruent to BYQ. So these two triangles, so this triangle and this one. So we'll take AXP triangle and BYQ triangle. We know that AX is equal to BY. It's given. Now the two lengths are parallel here. This one and this one parallel means this angle and this angle both are equal, corresponding angles. And also these two lengths are parallel. These two lengths are parallel. So we can see this angle and this angle both are equal. So angle, angle, side. So we can write down everything. YBQ angle is equal to AXP angle. That's corresponding angles. And what's the other angle? BYQ is equal to XAP. That's also corresponding angles. So we can say from these three, AXP triangle is congruent to BYQ triangle. What's the case? Angle, angle, side. So that's the first part. We'll see how many marks for this part according to the marking scheme. So marking information here, you get 2 marks. And here 3 marks for showing these two triangles are congruent. So angle, angle, side is the case. So 3 marks there, 2 altogether, 5 marks. Now we'll do the next part. Draw the straight line PQ and show that PQ is parallel to AB. Now we got information these two are equal and these lines are parallel and these two lines are parallel. And we've proved that the two triangles are congruent. So according to that information, so we can say the distances YQ is equal to AP. Why? Because the two triangles are congruent, corresponding elements are equal. So because of corresponding elements of congruent triangles. Congruent triangles. So those two are equal, as well as we know YQ is parallel to AP from the given information. So pair of opposite sides equal and parallel. We know that this is a parallelogram. So we need to first show that AP QY is a parallelogram. What's the reason? Pair of opposite sides equal and parallel. So it's a parallelogram. So if it's a parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel. So here, therefore, PQ is parallel to AB. That's the whole line. Opposite sides are parallel. Because of a parallelogram. That's the second part. And the third part, so this is second part, and we'll do the third part. The lines PX and QY produced meet at D. So we need to draw that. This line and this line meet at D. If dx is equal to xp, dx is equal to xp, show that xy is half of pq. So how you prove that? Look at carefully. When you extend this line here, you get D. But we know from the previous part, we proved that this side is parallel to this side. And also, we know these two lengths are equal. According to inverse midpoint theorem, you can say dy equals yq. So first we can write dy is equal to yq according to inverse midpoint theorem. Because we know dx is equal to xp and xy is parallel to pq. That's equal. Then, according to midpoint theorem, this is the midpoint, this is also a midpoint. So, we know xy length is half of the other length. So we can straight away write down xy is equal to half of PQ according to midpoint theorem. So that's the other part. xy is equal to half of PQ. Now we'll see how you get marks for these steps. So according to the marking scheme, we get 1 mark for this step, identifying equal and parallel, and 1 mark for showing that it's a parallelogram, and 1 mark for this step, PQ is parallel to AB. 1, 2, 3, and 2 marks for the other step. So dy equals YQ, 1 mark, and because of midpoint theorem, you get 1 mark. This is half. So 5 here and previous 2 parts 5, and all together 10 marks. Now take question number 10. In the cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, shown in the figure, DAB and ADC is given 45 degrees. The straight line drawn from B perpendicular to AD meets the circle at E. So this is perpendicular. So this one, this is 90 degrees. And the line PAQ is a tangent drawn to the circle at A. Prove that CE is a diameter of the circle and that is parallel to the tangent PAQ. PAQ. So parallel to this one. So how we find out? This is diameter first. EC should be the diameter. Now take a look at this diagram. This is 45, and when you take this triangle, this is 45 because it's 90. So this is 45 degrees. And what else we know? We know this is perpendicular, and here this is 45, and this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So what is this angle? We can find out this angle. So how we find out that angle? Opposite angles add up to 180. So we can find this angle, that's 180 minus this angle 45 and this angle 45. So that's 90. 180 minus 90, that's 90. So this means 90 degrees. If CE is the diameter, the semicircle angle is 90 degrees. So that's the diameter. So we can show that. So EBC angle, we found 90 degrees. As semicircle angle is 90 degrees, CE is the diameter. That's the first part. And then show that PAQ and EC parallel. Now take a look at this one. Now we found out this is the diameter. So this is 90 degrees. And if we can show that this angle. What is this angle? Using the cyclic quadrilateral, we can show that these two lines are parallel. We'll first find AEC angle. This angle is 45 and 90. So what's AEC angle? AEC angle is 180 minus 90 plus 45. Because what's the reason? AECB is a cyclic quadrilateral. Because of cyclic quadrilateral, the opposite angles add up to 180. So what's the value here? 80 minus 135, 45. This angle we found, this is 45 degrees. Now look at carefully. Now we have to show that these two lines are parallel. Look at this angle. This angle is the angle between the tangent and this AE chord. That's equal to angle opposite to that. So that's the alternate segment theorem. According to alternate segment theorem, this should be 45. So we can write down PAE angle. PAE angle is 45 degrees because of alternate segment theorem. Now we found this is 45, this is 45. What are those? Those are alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. That means PQ line is parallel to EC. So we can write AEC angle and PAE angle. Both are 45 degrees equal, but those are alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal means therefore PAQ line is parallel to CE. PAQ line is parallel to CE. So that's the last part. Now we'll see how you get marks for this question. So here, according to marking scheme, it says ABE. Finding this is 45, 1 mark. And then 135, this step, you get 2 marks, A, B, C, and all these 2 marks. And EBC, because of that, EBC is 90 degree, 1 mark. And C is the diameter, 1 mark. Then ABC plus AEC, 180. ABC and this is 180, this step. So again here we gave, that's 2 marks. We gave already AEC 45. Again these 2 steps you get 1 mark here finding 45 and 2 marks here for this 45 and 1 mark to write down these two are parallel because of alternate angles are equal. So how many marks altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and one more mark. One more mark here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more mark for another step. So 45 1 mark and 2 marks. For they are given one more mark here. So altogether 10 marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Now we'll look at the next question. Question number 11. A survey was conducted on 115 families that own pets. So we can write down 115 here. Information on the families that own dogs, cats and fish as pets from these families and an incomplete Venn diagram drawn corresponding to it are given below. This is own dogs, this is own cats and this is fish. So now we'll try to include these numbers. 4 families own all the above 3 types of pets. 4. So this should be 4. The number of families that own only dogs is 19. Only dogs means here 19. 24 families own both dogs and cats. Dogs and cats. So 24 families. So here 4 is already there. So that means 24. So 20 here. 4 is already there. So 24. While 21 families own both dogs and fish. Dogs and fish. That's 21. 4 is already there. So you need 17 here. 17 plus 4, 21. 11 families do not own any of the above 3 types of pets. 11 is here. Copy the given diagram onto your answer script and include the above information in it. The number of families that own dogs is twice the number of families that own fish. What's this one? The total. Add and see. 17 plus 4, 21. 21 and 19, 40 and this is 60. And it says the number of families that own dogs is twice the number of families that own fish. So that means this circle should be half of it. This should be 30. That's the other information given. Find the number of families that own fish. That own fish but do not own dogs. So 30 is everything. 30 minus 21. So straight away you can find this answer by taking 30 minus 21. So what's the answer? You get 9. That's the answer for first step. So that means these two both are 9. Now we'll try to give marks. Here we don't know exactly how many are there in these two parts. So we can't find it. So we'll see how you get marks according to the marking scheme showing 4, 19, 17 and 11. 4, 19, 115, 20, 17 all together. 4 marks given. 4 marks for the diagram. And then part 2, finding number of families own dogs. That's, we added everything, that's 1 mark. And number of families that own fish but not dogs, that's this part, 2 marks. So 4, 5, 6, 7 for these 2 parts. Now we'll see the next one. So you are asked to find out how many families own only cats. Now we can just write down the information that we got before. 30, 11, 4, 20, and this one is 17, and we got 9. What's the previous this value? 19 and 150. How many families own only cats? So here this part, this value, but we know this is 9. We found these two 9. So we can add and see. So third part, 115 minus, this whole thing is 60, and this one 11, and this part 9. So you can subtract these values from 115 minus here, subtract 80, so you get 5 and 3, so that's 35. So 35 families own only cats. That's third part. And the last part, the number of families that own only fish is this part, is twice the number of families that own cats and fish. So here, if this is x, this is 2x. Again, try to understand this one. The number of families that own only fish is twice the number of families that own cats and fish, but not dogs. So this one. Find the probability of a family selected at random from this survey being a family that owns only fish. So we need to find out 2x. Only fish is 2x. So how you solve that? We know this part is 9. 2x and x is 9. 3x is 9. That means x becomes 9 divided by 3. That's 3. So now they are asking family that owns only fish. Only fish means that's 2x. 2 times 3. So that's 6. So this is the number of families owns only fish. That's 6. But they are asking find the probability of a family selected at random from those surveyed being a family that owns only fish. Probability you have to find. So how you find out the probability? Probability is equal to 6 families out of altogether 115. So that's the probability of being a family that owns only fish. So now we'll see how many marks for this question. So you get, so third part, finding 35, 1 mark, and finding 6, that's 1 mark, and finding probability 6 over 115, 1 mark. So altogether 3 marks for this part, and previous part 7. So 10 marks altogether. Now you can do question number 12. A hemispherical container of radius r is completely filled with water. This water is poured into a glass container in the shape of a prism having a triangular cross section with the measurement shown in the figure, such that no water spills out. So that means volume is the same. Then the water fills this glass container to a height of 10 centimeter. Show that the radius r of the hemispherical container is obtained by this equation. So here what it says, if it's a hemispherical with radius r, so what's the volume of that one? So volume of hemisphere half of 4/3 pi r cube. That amount is same as the volume of water in the prism. Volume of water in the prism. So how do you find out the volume of a prism? Cross-sectional area. So half times 4 times 6. That's cross-sectional area into the height 10. So that's the volume of water. So both are equal. So we can equate. Half of 4/3 pi r cube is equal to half into 4 into 6 into 10. Now we see when you multiply by 2, half get cancelled out. So what is r cube? We can make r cube as the subject. R cube is equal to 4 into 6 into 10 multiplied by 3, and here we'll divide by 4 and pi. Now 4 get cancelled out. 6 times 3, 18 times 10, 180, and pi you get here. So what is r cube is this. So what is r? Cube root of 180 over pi. So that's in centimeters. So that's the r value. And taking the value of pi as 3.14, find the value of r in centimeters to the first decimal place. So what's the pi value? 3.14. So we'll use the logarithmic tables for that. So we'll do that in the next page. So here, what's the r value? Cube root of 180 over pi. That's r. Take 3.14 as pi. So 180 over 3.14 to the power 1/3. Take log both sides. Log r is equal to log of this and take the power down, and you can write log of 180 minus log of 3.14. Why? Division becomes subtraction of logarithms. Now we can refer the table. Logarithmic tables. Log 180 means this is 2 point value. So 180. So 18, 0. 18, 0. 25, 5, 3. And 3.14 means 0 point something. 31, 4. 31, 4. 4969. 4969. Now we'll subtract 2.2553, 0.4969. You get 4 and this is 7. 7 plus 8, 15, 10, 15. So 5 and 7. So 1.7584 divided by 3. 3 times 5, 15. For 25, that's 3 times 8, 24. 6, 18, and 3 times 1, 3, and for 10, that's 3. So you need only 4 decimal places. So you can write 0.5861. Now use anti-log value to find out the R value. So R becomes anti-log value of 0.5861. Where is 5861? 5861. 6 is there. 5. That means you need another 6. That's 5. 38, 5, 5. 38, 5, 5. 38, 5, 5. This is 0 means 3.855. And you need 1 decimal place. So this is 3.9 centimeters. So this is R value is 3.9 centimeters. Now we'll give marks for these steps. So according to the marking scheme, it says finding volume of water in the hemisphere, that's 1 mark. And volume water in the prism, 1 mark. And equating, you get 1 mark. And 1 mark for showing R equals this. So that's 4 marks for this step. And then, so taking log here, you get 1 mark. And then these 2 values, 2553 and 4969. 1 and 1 here, correct values. And divide by 3 and 5861, 1 mark. And finding R value here, anti-log value 1 mark. And rounding correct to 1 decimal place, another 1 mark. So altogether see how many marks are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So altogether 10 marks for the last question. So this is the last question in 2019 paper 2. So we covered all questions in 2019. So do this paper and check whether your answers are correct.